I don't recommend getting pregnant in summer. That's my intro to this video. Sorry, not sorry. You should know. Ooh. Hey y'all, I'm Ollie D. I'm a writer of queer speculative romance and a certified peer support specialist for now. Here on this channel, we look at writing with mental health in mind. Today, we're talking about executive functioning and how much I fail at it. I mean, we're talking about how to launch a book releases. Yeah, whatever. I have one coming up, God damn it. Before we talk about that though, because of what this channel is, we're going to talk a little bit about executive functioning. So, short bastardized sort of definition. Executive functioning is a neurospicy term for how you do the dishes or anything else you have to do. Like when you have to do something, like let's say it's laundry, right? How do you go about it? Do you even go about it? Someone with high executive functioning might not even understand this question. They might, in fact, have already been on this task even before it came time to do it. And by that, I mean their laundry is in a basket, not on the floor, not everywhere. They also have detergent, have the means to either use or access or get to a laundry machine. They know what they're going to do and when. We don't like this person. Or, you know, at least I don't in this moment. I'm not really a fan of that whole, like, let's all be fair all the time thing. I'm a person and I'm not fair all the time. The poor, tragic, heroic souls with low executive function, on the other hand, might not have done any of this shit. So they have a lot more to do before they even start the task. They have to collect all the clothes from the floor by their bed or just the floor around their house. They have to go buy detergent, which is its own little task. And then they have to figure out how to access the machines that achieve laundry. So not only is starting it all just like such a huger task, but due to whatever reason, anxiety and fear, distraction, loneliness, avoidance, not laziness, which I believe is an ableist myth, they have a lot of trouble completing these tasks. That's enough about laundry and dishes though. Let's talk about why we're here. Planning and, most important, executive functioning a book launch. So, here is a post I made on Willow Heath's Discord, reading it aloud for you. Big ol' rant summed up small. Mental health bites me in the ass. It's as soon as I'm coming up on a goal, as soon as I'm approaching crunch time, as soon as I'm about to do the thing I've been stoked about. Something in me goes, oh shit, time for sad. That's pretty much it. By the way, if you don't know who Willow Heath is, who are you? Where have you been? No, but really join her Discord. We have a good time. Anyway, this is something I wrote pretty much about my impending book release, which is also about my executive functioning and how that works for me. I'm someone who, without throwing any big diagnosis buzzwords at you, has a really strong ebb and flow of energy. I tend to have really heightened phases of super activity and energy and hyper focus and all that juicy stuff, followed by these slumps of like misery and annoyance and exhaustion, which sort of feed themselves. Like, I don't know if you noticed this, but I made a bunch of videos quite a while ago now, and that fed my drive. Like, the act of creating that made me have energy for more creation until I burnt out. And then I stopped, and that also fed my drive, or lack of drive. It fed the mood, you know? Like, the big tragedy with people who have these ebbs and flows, no matter what their diagnosis is that whatever state you're in feeds itself. What was it that set me off? Honestly, the approaching culmination of all that I've been working towards. Yeah. And honestly, while this is the first time I've really talked about this, I am positive I am not alone in reacting this way. I am positive I'm not the only one who slumps into inaction on the brink of something like good that they've really been working towards. I am positive I am not the only one who gets depressed by success. So for those of us with stuff happening in the head, a book release can be a real downslide. And I'm here to normalize that and also tell us a better way that we can go about it to make it easier and just like do the thing anyway. Step one is definitely to limit the amount of steps you have to do before you do the thing. This might not be the best from a marketing perspective. In fact, I know it's not, but it's definitely the best from a me perspective. Like, I've been planning this video for a hot second. And at first I thought I had to, for instance, brush my hair, put on a good bra, maybe some makeup, actually finish the bookshelf design behind me instead of just sort of doing most of it and then stopping. And I also thought I had to like research more things to say about how to actually do a book launch. But frankly, this isn't that kind of video. Like, this is how to do a book launch with executive functioning disorder of some kind, because everyone else has already made the video on how you should and ought to do a book launch in a neurotypical way, in a healthy way. And we don't all have access to that energy, but power to you. And we've all watched those videos before, and we all know what we're supposed to be doing. So I cut that step and made this about me and yeah, what I'm capable of. I also cut some of the steps that maybe don't hit the same for me as a debut author with a small but precious following. Cover reveal, for instance. Fuck that. Here it is. Yay. Oh, I actually really do love it. I also doubled down on the stuff that not only did I actually want to do for my book release, but also sort of had that little dopamine hit. Seeking out ARC readers, for instance. By the way, I'm doing that now. The form is below. If you like the sound of my book and want a free pre-publication copy in exchange for an honest review, please fill it out. Actual necessary stuff for like a good book grunt work took priority too. Editing, for instance. I hired an editor. She's great. I've been working with her for like 2 months now, and she's been really understanding. I also downloaded Scribus, which is like a gorgeous little secret you too can download for free. I mean, why does no one talk about Scribus? Format your own book for free. That's Scribus. Google it. Probably the biggest thing I did outside of actual like necessary grunt work is give myself permission to let the less breakable balls fall. In mental health work, we have this metaphor we're really hot for, and that's juggling. We're all juggling. We're all juggling all the time. All different kinds of balls. Some, like taking care of a child or brushing your teeth, are delicate. They will not survive being dropped. Others, like actually finishing setting up the bookshelf behind me, so it looks pretty when I film, wearing a good bra, that kind of stuff, they're not delicate. They will be fine if dropped. Why drop any at all, you ask? Because for some of us, dropping some is necessary to avoid dropping them all. So I dropped the bookshelf as a precursor to making this video and getting back to work. I dropped the cover reveal as like a big thing that I had to do. And finally, and this is going to sound bad at first, I dropped the majority of my goals. They were stressing me out a lot. I'm not saying all my goals though, like by the time I crashed, I had a lot of goals. I wanted 100 reviews, for instance. I wanted to sell a bunch of books right off the bat. I wanted to reach out to at least 10 podcasts and at least 4 booktubers, asking them to be ARC readers. I wanted to bite into this thing and just like suck down the dregs of success immediately. And that frankly didn't even really reflect with like what I'm going to call my core goals. Because there's the goals I came up with in the process, through excitement, through mania, whatever you want to call it. And then there's the goals that I started with, that I formed as the baseline for what I consider my career, you know? And to me, the goals I formed first have to take priority. Those are reach new readers, inspire fan works, write the next book. Going back to the juggling metaphor, these are the balls that are delicate, that I don't want to fall. And frankly, I was already working on these, already juggling these and succeeding. I was writing. And I actually have gotten a few fan works from a few beautiful beta readers. Here's some now. Ah, so pretty. So publishing my fucking book is a great way to reach new readers. I was dropping those balls though. Not by choice, but because I was trying to add 100 reviews and instant success to my rotation. Not great balls to juggle if you're me. So, what holds you back? What do you view as necessary for a book release? And what do you think you can let slide or fall? Most importantly, what are your most important balls? What do you juggle that you can't let drop? Leave your answers in the comments. And while you're at it, let me know what you want me to talk about next. Check out my description too. I link my Patreon there as well as my newsletter. And yeah, if you want a free book in exchange for an honest review on any platform, sign up to be an ARC reader for Squire of Sol II. Peace, y'all.